this symbol and character need no introduction. But for those that do,
I'm Batman.
Since his debut in Detective Comics number 27 in May of 1939, this iconic superhero has been adapted many times into various movies,
Take it easy, sweetheart.
shows,
Have some fun before the main event.
and video games. In fact, Batman has been adapted into film more times than any other superhero. To date, Batman's been the star of 6 different live-action film franchises, has 2 individual spin-off films, and 9 actors have donned the cape and cowl for his live-action adventures.
From day one, it's just such a strong character. It's just such a strong concept. The costume, you've got that silhouette that no other character in comics has.
So, why is he as popular as he is? What is it about the character that has made him a favorite to adapt, more so than other heroes with actual powers?
That origin story is just so endlessly adaptable that it's someone whose life is impacted by violence and tragedy, and he wants to make sure that that does not happen to anybody else. That's just such a simple, primal story.
First depicted in Detective Comics number 33, Batman's origin story unfolded in a 2-page story written by Batman co-creator Bill Finger, which established the brooding persona of Batman, a character driven by the murder of his parents.
Mythic tales, and in particular what excited me and the thing I related to in the Batman story was that he isn't a superhero in the traditional sense. If he has a superpower, it's the ability to endure, and not only the ability...
It was that same intrigue and love for the character's story that would eventually lead Tim Burton to direct Batman 1989.
So Tim Burton came along and he wanted to do something that was very much not the Adam West show. So he went darker, he went moodier.
This time it is to the big screen. Warner Brothers is spending millions to bring millionaire Bruce Wayne and his alter ego to life. Is this a gamble for the studio?
As you can see.
It was a gamble for the studio, approving a darker take on a character audiences had associated with camp, but one that paid off, as Batman 1989 was a commercial and critical success. As Paul Levitz, the then executive and vice president of DC Comics, said, it, quote, changed the cultural view of the character, and it changed the cultural view of the comics themselves. But more importantly, the film proved to Warner Brothers that Batman was a hero fans would pay to see on the big screen. It brought to life the dark and moody sensibility seen in the pages of Batman comics, and it showed that a director could bring their own unique vision to the story.
You know, it's very bold, it is very director driven, and I think that's a positive thing.
Most Batman adaptations do just that, and the ones that do it well are seen as genre-defining. Batman the Animated Series from the 1990s was the first animated comic adaptation to win an Emmy. The first 2 games of the Batman Arkham series of video games are the highest rated superhero games ever made. And more recently, Matt Reeves' The Batman, released in 2022, is being hailed as a superhero genre-defining film, uniquely combining elements of crime and noir films in a Batman story.
But when it's just this pure artistic vision, when that really comes through, that's so exciting.
Whether it's on the panels of a comic, at mercy of your controller, or behind the lens of a screen, Batman has helped elevate every medium he's been adapted into. His relatable human nature makes him a compelling story to tell, and one that creatives want to continue to use to make genre-defining stories, thus keeping him in the mainstream and ingrained in pop culture.
Over the past century, so many other characters have come and gone, but Batman 85 years later is as popular and as relevant today as he's ever been.